is good. Just like I said, the rhythm like a baby. So I see you 6, 5, 6, 7, 7, 7. You call my house call before I never not there. You never had name. I call you back. I say just the same. I keep on rock the shoe or shine. Clap your hands, the party people. I hear you. People, clap your hands. I hear you. Clap your hands, the party people. I hear you. People, clap your hands. I hear you. Clap your hands, the fine guys. You know fine guys. Clap your hands. You know ladies. Clap your hands. I hear you. But I'm gonna press on the mic to you so you can make the party people do the party too. Say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come on, Johnny J, let's shake it alive. You don't stop. That B-O-Z, rock, Z, rock. So check it out now. You don't quit, cause the music's gonna be something like this. For all of you young fellas in the world today, just living in the ghetto land. I'm gonna tell you how to deal with your life today, a life that you never had. Well, let you struggle through fame and strive for the world down for the political views. You have to make up your mind of what to do. A baby doll, it's up to you. But when your mama tells you about the golden rules that you have to go to school, so you have to get a decent education to live the life that you.
One of the people that has been a pioneer, that's been kicking it off from the get-go, is a woman named Sherri-Sher. First of all, Sherri, how you doing?
I'm good, Davey. How are you?
Good.
And welcome to New York, and glad to be in Harlem.
Yes, right.
Yes.
These are old stomping grounds up here, you know, in the black capital of the USA, as they like to say.
That's right.
But you know, let me ask you this. Some people might have heard the name Sherri-Sher, but for those who don't, why should they know your name, and why should they know the crew that you used to run with? Why should they know their name?
Well, they should know their name, which is the Mercedes Ladies, who actually was the first all-female DJ and MC crew in history. We were the first females that, when we came along, it was female MCs that was like Sha-Rock, Pebbly Pool, MC Smiley, Lisa Lee. It was single female rappers, but it was never in history an all-female DJ crew, which we had 4 MCs. Everdef, Zena Z, me, Sherri-Sher, and R.D. Smiley, Tracy T, Davey D, and LaSpank was came later on, but she was one of, we ended up having 3 DJs, and we had a crew of 21. It was,
there were 21 people in the Mercedes Ladies?
It was 21. Well, actually, it was 6 of us that were the performers, but the other girl we was a crew, an all-female crew, so they would rock the sweatshirts and walk around and represent our name. And we used to be out there in the parks. We paved the way as far as the grinders. We used to be out there in the parks and PAL on the corners and stuff like that, along with the rest of the guys like Flash and Theodore L. Brothers. Their manager's the one that started us. And we used to be out there.
What was the manager's name?
Trevor.
Okay, that's right.
Trevor.
You know, when we're talking about some of the names that you mentioned, okay, a lot of people go, who are these people? You know, they heard some of the names, so we're not talking about somebody who was around in 1990 or the 80s.
Right.
You go back to the 70s for real.
We go back to the 70s. What Mercedes Ladies started was like the end of the 70s, early 80s. Theodore and Grandmaster Flash and them was out there, and they started like in the middle 70s and the early 70s. So we used to actually watch them perform on the corner. And then we decided to start an all-female crew, which was just going to be a crew, and we wanted to like open up our own club. What we were really trying to do was like start something in the hood that was never heard of, like females have their own, promote parties and stuff like that. We really wasn't looking at to be an MC and a DJ.
Now, you know, for a lot of people, they might be like, well, what's the big to-do? Now, for folks who don't know, let's give them a little bit of hip-hop history. Talk about what it really entailed if you as a crew back in the early days, the pioneering days of hip-hop. I mean, what that meant. I mean, the physical type of challenge you guys had.
Well, it meant a lot because back then hip-hop wasn't making no money. So you actually was just doing it for the love. That was a way that it took you away from your heavy problems that you was going through at home, you know, coming from single-parent homes. Nothing out there to look forward to, so to speak, like was no mentors out there. Nobody be like, okay, let me go in the hood and grab a bunch of people. You could be a doctor. It was none of that. So hip-hop was when you came out to the park and you heard that music and that beat. It just took you out of, it just took you to another place, and there was no money involved, but it was just for the street rep, you know?
Well, that's like the motivation, but the actual thing, like, well, I know when I was in a crew, we had to, like, we had to bring our own equipment.
Right,
like, you know, nowadays, I think a lot of folks, they just think you showed up to the club.
Oh, no.
If I'm correct, Mercedes ladies just didn't show up to the club.
No.
And there was equipment there, and y'all just did your thing and bounced. No.
Trevor made us carry our own equipment. Sometimes we had do a block or around the corner. We used to get up there and we used to be carrying our own crates of records and our own equipment. And Trevor had a van, so for the most part, when it was stuff that was away from the block, he would put it in a van. But no, we Mercedes ladies had to lift up their own equipment and bring their own stuff.
So you know what I mean, like your speakers and amps and
oh yeah.
You know, when you did these things, you said you did a lot of stuff in the parks, right? What was that like? I mean, we often hear people talk about, oh, back in the days, we partied in the parks, but what was that really like? I mean, partying in the park.
Wow, the vibe there was, I mean, you gotta look, you had a DJ that would come outside, you had the monster speakers, and it just was a vibe that everybody just came out there and had a good time. And then you talking about, you had like Melly Mel and Grandmaster Flash on the turntables, Melly Mel and Keith Cowboy and them on the mic, the L Brothers.
Perform with them?
Oh yeah, we actually, thanks to Straight Man, who was one of the promoters out there, he have all of the original flyers, and he actually gave me some of the original flyers with Mercedes ladies.
Were you all
on
intimidated
there.
to be on the mic with Flash and them when they were at the top of their game back then? I mean, here you got Melly Mel, Cowboy, Furious 4, and you know, that's what, because it was the Furious 4 at first, and then, you know, you're on the same bill with them. I mean, how did you all feel?
Actually, I think we was never intimidated, but like felt that honored in a way where it's like, wow, we're females and we getting a little respect, and we you know, we doing the same thing that these guys paid away for. And I think it was more of like honor and respect that we was on the same fly with them and perform with them. But they were like our brothers, so it was never intimidation type of game. We never felt intimidated. Mercedes ladies, when we got on the mic and we did our thing, and it was the people was just all like, wow, all females. And I think we was more just like, we got up there and we knew we had in our minds we could get you know, psyched up to rock the party, and that was our mission because we was all female. So we had to make our reputation stand when we went out there.
Right. We've been talking with Sherri-Sher from Mercedes Ladies. We're going to take a break, come back. We're going to continue our conversation.